A few days ago I was making bowl blanks for the lathe on my sawmill. That video ended with a teaser for this one, a blow up of a bowl on the lathe.
Another nice one.
This video is the story of that bowl. My wood turning videos lag about 6 months behind real time because I'm trying to keep the chronology of my learning experience. But I turn things faster than I edit video, getting further and further behind. So we're going to jump ahead here to the present. It's about 2 inches thick. It's got the pith in it. A little messed up here, but I decided to try to make a shallow bowl out of this rather than make several small things. I just drilled that hole in there, 5/16 hole for the worm screw. I guessed about 3/4 of an inch. No, it's 1 3/16 inches. So that's more than halfway down. Only 1 inch to go down here, and that crack comes in 7/8. Good thing it's a short crack. Boy, that does not have a very good hold. I'm going to get down to a tenon as quickly as possible. Or maybe a mortise in this. I don't have a lot of room for a tenon. I think a mortise. Okay. Record power, big one, mortise, 3 7/8. 3 7/8 is 98.5 millimeters. We can make it 100 millimeters, 50 millimeters out from there. It's too cold outside to open the door and use my dust exhaust fan, so I'm wearing my Trend air shield to keep the alder dust out of my lungs. 750. Flat. Flat. hot. I'm more comfortable with pull cuts now that I've learned to keep the handle down and keep the wings off the wood. I need to remember to keep the point of the tool vertical and the bevel in line with the direction of cut. There went my line. I'm going to turn off that heater. I think beginning February 1st we will have no more sub-freezing weather this season. Where was that line? It was out 50. Center. Oh, we're okay. My prescription bifocal readers are safety glasses, and I'm not in the line of fire. That's the foot. I need to turn the speed way up. Go down there 750. $1,300's a little better. I honed the gouge with a diamond card off camera before attempting what I hoped would be the finishing cut on the outside of the bowl. Honing refreshes the burr on the wing for shear scraping. I hadn't thought to check the moisture content before I started. The wood is not green by any means, but it is wet. 21, 26, 21, 40. Yeah, well, I'm going to turn this all at once and just let it see what happens. I'm going to sand this now before I pull this away. That howling sound I just started is an exhaust fan mounted in my window that sucks all dust out of the room and blows it outside. The disadvantage is it replaces all that air with cold air drawn in through the door, which I have to leave open. Thing in reverse, 700. I'm not going to bore you and waste your time with a lot of sanding. I know you want me to get this thing turned around. Got a crack. Oh, I don't think I want a mortise on here with that crack running through it. It's going to be a tenon. And as a tenon, I have the dimensions for mortises and tenons for various chucks and jaws written down. 1 7/8. I marked out at about 2 inches. 1 7/8 is the minimum for these jaws. Came off very easily. Just barely hanging on to it. Here's this crack. That's not it. Where is it? Here it is. Right through here. That's why I did not want a mortise. I have got to learn to quit leaving the chuck key in the chuck even for a moment. Better without the center, because that holds off a little bit because of that chip that came out. I think all this is going to come out. That's not good for anything. I think this little band I put up here is probably going to go away. Let's play with it, see what happens. I remove only enough of the supporting mass in the center to give myself enough room to work on the wall. I'm trying to get the rim exactly the way I want it as I go, so I won't have to come back to it after I've reached the bottom. I don't need all this mass in the center for support anymore. I've just about reached the bottom of the depth hole, so now it's time to remove remaining material and finish the bottom of the bowl. That's not smoke coming off the bowl. The wood is wet and the steel is hot. I'd pretty much forgotten about that crack in the bottom that caused me to make a tenon rather than a mortise. I should have stayed with gouges, switched to the bowl gouges, and very gently, lightly finished out the bottom. But I got impatient, and I decided to use scrapers. The tool rest fits inside the bowl. That's a good thing. I have to watch the post of the banjo to make sure it doesn't touch the rim. Scrapers work better when they're held upright. Well, that is why you wear a face shield. I was not in the line of the fire. It did not hit me. I wonder where in the heck that went. Well, I'll find it eventually. Let's see what happened here. Well, that crack I was looking at across the bottom, not this one here, but that one we could see across the bottom. Well, there it is. See why I didn't want a mortise in there, but the scraper, the brute force of the scraper was too much for it. I'd have been better off. Very light passes with a 60-degree bowl gouge. I figured we'll just use the old scraper. Look around here, see if I can find pieces of that. Certainly was impressive. And I don't see it. Sure would like to know where that went.